I don't care how hard you worked. I say this a lot to my employees, and it seems wildly out of place, and it seems wildly at odds with what our culture tells us. Hustle culture, outwork the rest, I work harder than you. All of that kind of nonsense has no place in any of the businesses that I own and run. G'day, Stephen O'Sullivan here, and I own Australia's largest driving school, and I built it to have 95 franchisees, a large team, and it runs without my direct input. And so now I coach other business owners to build businesses that don't rely on them. And today we're talking about what a manager, a business owner as a manager, should value. Your team want feedback. They constantly need feedback to get better. One of the things I've noticed employing hundreds of people over the years is that there are a large proportion of staff, they want to get credit for the amount of work they did. They want to get credit for the length of time they spent working on a project. And I always push back on that. I push back on it often, and I push back on it firmly. And the reason for that is I simply don't value effort alone. And if I start rewarding the effort that people put in, and if the effort doesn't produce results, then I have a company that people just work really hard, they work long hours, and we may or may not get what we want. What I want from my staff and my team is the ability to choose the right things to work on. Choose this over this, and what I'm actually after is return on time. If one team member can get the result, solve the problem in 45 minutes, and the other one takes 20 hours, and I reward that 20 hours of work, say, great effort, that's awesome, then my business is simply slower. And it goes right from the top. Me as a business owner, a lot of my results come from how carefully I choose what I'm going to work on. How carefully I decide what's the domino that's going to knock all of the other dominoes over. And so I'm really careful not to let my team get the shout outs for effort alone. Now, big, massive effort directed at the right project, the right task, at the right lever, absolutely am I going to give feedback on that. That's going to be awesome. But effort alone is not going to do it. And in fact, when I onboard my staff, I say this on day one. I say it in the interviews. We don't value it here. And it tends to shift people into the right direction or weed out those that just want to be praised for their effort. So, not for everyone, something to think about. Give it a try with your team. If it aligns with you, and watch the speed of results come to you sooner. See you next time.